Hello Capricorns, and welcome to your horoscope for this coming month, March 2023. My name is Justina. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here, the month of March is pretty dynamic. We've got three major events happening and along that a few interesting transits. So let's start from the first. Venus and Jupiter conjunction at 12 degrees of Aries on the 2nd of the month. So we begin the month on a pretty positive note. Both Jupiter and Venus are one of the most pleasant energies here, and this is happening in your fourth house. So this is really great because there is quite a lot happening in Aries in March and April. And here, Venus and Jupiter, this could be a really great time for having a family gathering, for beautifying your home environment, for even taking notes of some interesting ideas that you may have for yourself. You might enjoy going shopping, shopping for accessories for your home or furniture. And perhaps this could be in regards to some good news as well. If you've been thinking of relocating, of perhaps implementing some changes to improve your home situation, bring some more comfort, then here this transit could allow that happen. Now on the 7th, we've got Saturn moving into Pisces, and this is another major event of the year, and this is here on the 7th until early 2026. Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is, of course, your ruler, so whenever Saturn changes signs, you can also feel it on a deeper level. Now your ruler, while it's in the final degree of Aquarius, you might have this sensation of having to complete something as soon as possible, of having to rush with a certain idea, a certain goal, because when a planet is about to leave change sign, we have this inner desire to rush. It's like we are running out of time. So when Saturn moves into Pisces, here your intellect, your knowledge will be slightly triggered, because when Saturn comes to the 3rd house, this is when you will pay a closer attention to communication. And many Capricorns might have this inner need to improve their communication style. Perhaps any blockages you may have, they will come up to the surface and you will want to deal with them, resolve them. Perhaps some Capricorns might want to go on a speech therapy, or perhaps generally if you want to do public speaking, for example, you might want to also learn some skills, learn some valuable skills and tricks. Now, if you want to be a creative writer, for example, then here with Saturn, it's very possible it can happen, but this is about bringing structure to your goals, ideas, dreams, and make them happen. But Saturn wants you to put some effort into that. Saturn wants you to invest some time and energy into this idea, goal, whatever it is that you are aiming for. So really interesting energies. Now Saturn here can also make you doubt yourself when it comes to your intellect. So you will have to face some self-undoing thoughts perhaps at times. Perhaps you might have a greater need to learn more and to read more, to generally improve your general knowledge. Saturn could also bring some setbacks and difficult situations with your siblings, especially if things weren't really going well or they were kind of like neutral. Saturn will also create perhaps situations when any issues, any overlooked issues will suddenly become very apparent. So this could be in the initial phase of this transit and then the final one. So this will be an opportunity also for taking a deeper look at your relationship with your siblings, cousins, and hopefully resolve any issues, dilemmas there might be. Saturn in the 3rd house gives you this more mature, more responsible, sober approach to connections with people in your life and your neighbors as well. So you have to take also incorporate a more balanced approach when it comes to your people in your immediate surroundings. And overall, the good thing is that transiting Saturn will sextile your ascendant. So this is really good because this is about self-discipline and stability, the ability to reach that stability in your life throughout this transit. I made a separate video about this transit back in December, so I'll link it in the description box down below this video. Moving forward, on the 7th, we've got a full moon in Virgo happening at 16 degrees of Virgo, and this is a mutable moon phase, so it's a very changeable energy happening in your 9th house. With the full moon, this is about something coming to an end, conclusion, or situation reaching its peak. Now, if you think about what happened in your life 6 months ago during the new moon in Virgo, perhaps some theme situations from that period of time might be also the theme of this current full moon. This could be about publishing. Perhaps you might be publishing a book at this time, getting your work out into the world. There is a trine to Uranus, so there is this element of something happening quickly, suddenly, out of the blue. So you might have this really sudden urge, idea to just make this happen. This is also about perhaps receiving some good result or news in regards to any assignments or work that you've been involved in at your higher education course. And if you've been awaiting some legal documents in regards to any visa or passport application, then you might also receive them on this full moon. Full moon brings full clarity, full awareness to something that was unclear. Full moon also speeds things up. So if something was delayed regarding any legal matters, legal paperwork, export and import business ventures, the full moon here will bring any of that into light. Full clarity, full awareness. You might be also booking a holiday at this time. There could be this need for spontaneity, adventure as well, that Uranian influence. All right, so here we go. Now, on the 12th, we've got Jupiter and Chiron conjunction at 14 degrees of Aries. So this is yet again happening in your 4th house. There is a lot of healing energy here, of course. You might be healing your relationship with your parents, or someone within your family circle. Or perhaps this could be about healing of the self, of the emotional side of your nature, because the 4th house is the most private house in the chart, but also the 4th house deals with our emotional inner safety and security. And with Jupiter and Chiron, here this could be about reading self-help books, especially since Sagittarius rules your 12th house. So this could be very much about healing of the self, buying or reading self-help books, or enrolling in a short course of study that could help you to generally heal in some way. Or perhaps this could be about learning something new, like coaching, for example, or generally this could be about you wanting to also help others through your teachings, and perhaps you might be learning something new in this regard at your home, for example. Now, on the 21st, we've got a new moon in Aries at 0 degrees of Aries, and this is happening here again in your 4th house. So as you can see, something is about to emerge or change in the home and career area, because you've got the eclipses coming up as well. In April, there is a solar eclipse in Aries at 29 degrees on the Arctic degree, and in October there is a solar eclipse in Libra in your 10th house. So it looks like you'll be making some important decisions or implementing some important changes in the very near future. And the new moon in Aries, this is about perhaps a relocation. This could be about moving into a new place, or perhaps signing a contract, or renewing your contract, your lease, for example. Someone moving into your place as well, because Jupiter is here. Jupiter expands anything that it touches. So perhaps someone is moving into your house, or perhaps a roommate. And this could be also about ordering new furniture, planning a renovation. Perhaps there could be also some new beginnings happening in your parents' life, since the 4th house also deals with parental figures as well. But then in April, you've got a solar eclipse here taking place. And I feel that many Capricorns will be relocating or buying, selling their property, renovating. Basically, there will be changes happening at your home. that could also impact your career life here moving forward. Right, so on the 23rd, we've got Pluto moving into Aquarius, another huge event of 2023. This transition will take a couple of years to be completed because this year Pluto will stay in Aquarius 2 months, and then next year it will come back to Aquarius, and it will stay pretty much continuously until the year 2044. So Aquarius, this is your second house. So here with the second house, this is about some transformation connected to your money, to your possessions, resources. You might have this really strong need to declutter, get rid of anything that's you don't need anymore. So with my transit in the 4th house of Pluto, I have this strong need. I'm just decluttering, giving things away to the charity shops, whatever is still usable, and the rest just taking to the recycling center. So you might also have the same feeling with or need, desire with the 2nd house Pluto activation. Getting rid of old possessions, resources, things that you don't need anymore. This is about also changes concerning your income. So moving forward, it doesn't have to happen in March, but moving forward in the next couple of years, you may change your job because I said earlier we will have the eclipse taking place in October in Libra, and the next year again. And here Pluto is moving to the 2nd house. Perhaps you're thinking about having your own business. Perhaps you're thinking about starting something on the side apart from your main job. Perhaps you're changing career completely. Perhaps you're retiring. So lots of changes here will take place in the area of home, career, and the money moving forward. And with the 2nd house also, this is about changes concerning your finances, your approach to making money, to saving money, to accumulating your wealth. And with Pluto here in the 2nd house, this is also, you might also become obsessed with an idea, with a money-making idea as well. So you have to control your urges or compulsive behavioral patterns. All right, so I also made a separate video about this transit. So if you want to learn more, please have a look at the description box down below this video, and I will link the video or just paste the link in there. On the 25th, Mars will move into Cancer, and this is basically happening until May the 20th. This is another big transit because Mars has been in Gemini for about 7 months. This time around, it is moving into Cancer, and it will stay for the regular time, for the usual time. And for you here, this will be in the 7th house. You might be busy having one-to-one meetings throughout this transit, signing contracts, agreements, but you will have to also be careful because Mars will oppose your ascendant. So there could be some situations, basically days when you get involved in some very hot conversations and debates, and they might escalate to something really intense and impulsive. So perhaps keep this in mind. You will have to make sure you incorporate a well-balanced or harmonious style when connecting with others, especially on one-to-one basis. Overall, with the 2nd house, this is basically any plans that you may have with another person, and this could be your partner, your love partner, they will finally take off. This is about making mutual plans here together. And depending on your status, depending on your circumstances, but this could also see you joining forces with another, collaborating, getting involved in a business partnership, for example, or perhaps if you are involved in a love relationship, this could be about making plans, mutual plans for the future, and things should move very quickly. However, since Mars in Cancer is not comfortable, this is also about perhaps being more understanding and more patient with another. All right, so here we go, Capricorns. Thank you very much. I wish you a pleasant month, and until the next time, bye for now.